I'm a little congested. Hey guys, it's Shine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and turn my post notifications on so you can be notified every time I post. So the title of this video basically describes what this video is about. I am back on YouTube and I do want to be posting more consistently because this is a passion of mine, and I'm also pregnant. In this video, I do want to give you guys a full rundown and all the details on what's been going on in my life, especially in the last 3 months, because it has been crazy. But everything is slowing down. I'm feeling better. Things are starting to run smoother and I don't have too much to worry about now. So I do want to bring you guys along for this pregnancy journey and vlog more and involve you guys in my pregnancy because it is such a beautiful thing. I just popped my thumb. But yeah, it has been such a beautiful blessing that I haven't been able to share just because of my situation. But I want to give you guys all of the details and tell you guys the story. So let's get into it. So I found out I was pregnant on January 2nd. And to be honest, I don't really know how to describe what I was feeling and the thoughts that were running through my head when that test turned positive. It's definitely a weird feeling, and because it was so unexpected and I took the test so nonchalantly, I was like, oh no, there's no way I could be pregnant. I was only a couple days late, but the test turned positive and yeah, caught me off guard. I was really surprised, to be honest. So, you know, I tell my boyfriend and we just start talking about it, and being a parent is something that I've always wanted to do. It's just the timing of everything kind of wasn't right. And so in the beginning, we were talking about how the timing wasn't right and how my medical condition could affect the pregnancy. So that was the biggest key factor here. So I'm not sure if I had mentioned on here anything at all about having AFib, but I have atrial fibrillation and it is just a heart condition basically, and I'm on medication for it. I was supposed to be doing an ablation last year for it, but I chickened out. I was like, oh, the meds are helping. I was kind of like in denial that the procedure would actually help me and the medications were working, and I just wasn't really taking good care of myself. So fast forward to me getting pregnant, I start freaking out because, you know, I started talking to my partner about it, and we were talking about how we didn't know what this pregnancy would look like and how my health or the baby's health may be affected by AFib. So we were going through the motions of it. You know, we wanted to keep it, but we had to take precautions. Because we were on such a time crunch, we had an abortion appointment in place all the way up until March 17th so that we wouldn't miss the cutoff for Florida's abortion law, basically. So, you know, in Florida, you had to be under 15 weeks, I believe, to have an abortion. And we had that abortion appointment set up just in case, because we didn't know what the doctors were going to say. So basically, we started seeing different doctors. We started going from my primary care doctor, getting referred to an OB, getting referred to different cardiologists and an electrophysiologist who's also a cardiologist, an EP cardiologist, basically. I'll find the right term and I'll put it up here on the screen. But we were seeing different doctors, different cardiologists, and basically just seeing what we could do. I was on a heart monitor for 2 weeks, and we were just, you know, going through it. So one of the main reasons why I didn't share my pregnancy journey was just because of I didn't know. I was scared of announcing it or telling anybody about it, and then my health would have been affected and I couldn't keep the baby. So I would have been devastated, and I didn't want to disappoint other people, so I just kind of kept it to myself. It's been a low-key secret, and yeah. So we were going doctor to doctor, seeing different people. We were getting more than one opinion too. We were also seeing other people, seeing if we could go through with the pregnancy. But we did have the abortion appointment that was scheduled that we kept pushing back week after week just in case. And that was like so scary because like I'm feeling all the emotions of being pregnant and, developing that bond during your pregnancy. And then I just didn't know there's a bug in here. I think for me, the scariest part was we were taking it day by day, knowing that there was an abortion date that we had scheduled. And we had that scheduled just in case as a backup so that we don't miss the cutoff. But, every day I prayed that everything was going to be fine, because every day that we were taking it day by day, I was developing a bond between the baby. So it's different when you're pregnant. And so every day I was scared. I was overwhelmed with the amount of doctors that we were seeing. I was overwhelmed with how many appointments I had to go to, how many tests they had to run. I was just overwhelmed with everything, and it is very scary. So for me, that was like the biggest thing. And I didn't want to get excited to just be disappointed. So we kept our pregnancy between us, and we just, took it day by day. So fast forward to today, I do have a high-risk OB. I am seeing a high-risk doctor for my pregnancy and a midwife. And the biggest thing here with my pregnancy is I'm at risk for blood clots in my heart. So I'm on a medication that just helps with that. And I will be closely monitored. I will be seeing the doctor more often than a normal pregnant woman would. So, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on, is like, I'm willing to take that journey, and I'm willing to trust that my body knows what it's doing and God knows what he's doing, and I will be just fine. So after all the testing for my baby, turns out, one, I know the gender. Should I? The most important thing for me right now is making sure that I am healthy and that my baby is healthy and there are no complications. And so far, the baby is healthy. No complications just yet. And my doctor did mention that there is a high chance that my AFib won't be transferred to the baby. And because I'm being closely monitored, if anything were to go wrong with him, we would know and we could treat it so that he is okay. I just gave away the gender. Anyways, we do know the gender. Okay, so we know the gender. And let me just tell you guys before I go on to tell you how we found out the gender. let me just tell you guys that he is healthy. There is nothing wrong with him right now. He is doing great, thriving as he should be. So, all good news. And now let me tell you how me and my boyfriend found out the gender of our baby. So basically, I had this whole plan in my head that, one, I'm not going to do a gender reveal. It was just, gender reveals are probably not for me. One, I'm impatient. Two, I don't like hosting parties. And three, I just don't like other people in control of my parties, if that makes sense. So it was a no. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, whenever we do find out, we'll get it put in an envelope and we'll do something intimate between him and I. Either, you know, like a picnic on the beach, a nice dinner, something just between him and I where we can find out the gender in an intimate way and be able to soak in all the emotions instead of being at a party and you find out the gender and then you have to go back to entertaining people. It's just not for me or for him. We're just not like that. So we wanted it to be more intimate, something that we can celebrate together and then just be present in the moment. So that was our plan. But, you know, sometimes things don't go as planned. Let me tell you guys how we found out. So one random night when I was around 12 weeks pregnant, I started bleeding. It was random and it was scary and it was like in the middle of the night, maybe like midnight. I was freaking out. So I was bleeding. It wasn't like a blood flow, like a period blood flow. It was lighter than that for sure. But if you're pregnant and you're bleeding, it's scary because it could mean a number of things. Like it could be normal or it could be you're having a miscarriage, which is scary. So we had to go to the ER. We went to the ER and they did an ultrasound and, you know, just ran a bunch of tests just to make sure that we were okay. And in the ultrasound, our ultrasound tech was like, oh, do you guys know the gender? And we're like, no. You know, we were going to do the blood test the following week and then we would find out the gender that way. But yeah, being the impatient people that we are, she said that, oh, I can see the gender, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think I know what it is. So we told her, like, just write it down and give it to us. And she's like, oh, you know, like, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. But you guys are like 12 weeks along, so I'm not sure completely. But us being who we are, we're like, okay, just write it down anyways. Just write it down anyways. I was super stoked. And she wrote it on a little Post-it. Hold on. I actually have the Post-it right here. She wrote it on a little Post-it and gave it to us. And I put it in my purse. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, we're not going to look at it until later. We're going to do, you know, the whole intimate thing that we had planned. But then, you know, we were talking and we're like, well, she said that she wasn't 100% sure. So I guess we can look for shits and giggles just in case it's not sure. Or just in case she was wrong. But she wasn't wrong. And yeah, so she wrote boy on this little Post-it, folded it up so teeny and tiny, and gave it to us. And so that is how we found out the gender. We were sitting in the ER. We were back in the room, and we were just chilling there waiting for the doctor. And we were there for maybe 3 hours. So I was looking at him, he was looking at me, and I was like, should we open it? No, we shouldn't. We should do, you know, what we had planned, like an intimate thing. And I wanted to do it like that so that I can record it and have our reaction because it is both of our first kids. So we wanted that special moment. But Unfortunately, we didn't get it. We didn't get to capture it the way we wanted to, but we looked at it and we were like, oh, you know, maybe she's not right. We'll just do the blood test and we'll just figure out that way. And yeah, that didn't go as planned either, because we did the blood test and then we took a trip to LA. So we were in LA when we got the results of the blood test. So him and I were just chilling in the hotel room. We had just checked into our hotel, and we took a long flight from Florida to LA. So we were just in the hotel. We were tired, and I get an email that the blood results are in. So I'm like giddy. I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And what we were supposed to do was not look at the email and then go pick up the envelope from the OB and then plan our little intimate thing from there. But because we were out of town, we had just got to LA, we were going to be there for 5 days. We're like, fuck it, we're just going to look. We looked and we were so tired, so we didn't even get to do anything like intimate or special, and we looked crazy coming off of a 6-hour flight. I was tired as shit, and yeah, we left Florida at like 6 in the morning. So I was tired, he was tired, but we were so super happy, and we did get to share that special moment together, just him and I. So it is confirmed, we do have a boy, and we don't have any names because boy names are hard, but we're gonna get to it. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is my pregnancy symptoms in the first trimester. I don't think I had mentioned, but I'm 17 weeks and 2 days, and I'm due September 2nd. So I'm 17 weeks. I'm out of my first trimester. Second trimester has been a little bit better. I am like cramping, but it has been better. Let me just explain to you guys. Let me just tell you guys my symptoms in the first trimester, because they were almost took me out, girl. The first symptom I noticed right off the bat was the pregnancy fatigue. When I say I was tired, I have not known that type of tired ever in my life. Like, that is another different beast. And I wasn't able to complete daily tasks, like even just going to eat. I'm like, should I eat or should I sleep? Because that's how tired I am. But the hunger was also another thing. So usually I'm pretty good at holding my hunger. Like, I'm not, I don't get hungry too easily. But I will go from being just fine and not wanting to eat to absolutely dying of starvation in 2 minutes. And that scared me because I've never experienced that type of hunger before. Like, I'm just like, I need to eat. I was also very easily irritable, easily angered, but not towards my boyfriend. Like, I loved him. Like, I needed to be with him all the time. And yeah, that was that. The next thing was food aversions that contributed to my nausea. I was fortunate enough not to get any morning sickness, but the smell of chicken, don't even get me started. Like, the food aversions is the reason that I had nausea. Like, I'll start to eat, and then midway, I wouldn't want to eat anymore. I'd be like, no, I couldn't do it. What else? The headaches. Girl, the headaches. I started getting headaches around week 12. So between week 12 and week 16, headaches every single day. Like, I was icing my head as many times as you could ice your head. Because even though they say Tylenol is safe for pregnant women, I just didn't want to risk it at all. So I wasn't taking any type of painkillers, but they were bad. They were really bad migraines. So I'm thankful that I'm not really experiencing that right now. Sometimes I get a light headache here, but the migraines were so bad. I was getting these terrible migraines. Like, could not do anything. That plane kind of interrupted me. But yeah, I'm super happy that that is over with. And the next thing I would mention is I always see that people are like constipated, but I wasn't constipated. I was just gassy, super gassy, and still an issue right now. And now that I'm in my second trimester, I'm pretty much just experiencing the cramping right now, a little bit of dizziness, but overall I feel a lot better. I'm glad that I have energy. I'm glad that I'm not so nauseous all the time, and I'm glad that um, the headaches are gone for now. Now that I got my care team in place, it makes me feel so much better. I have like a weight lifted off of my shoulders. Like I'm not so worried every day. I'm not overwhelmed with all of that anymore. I have certain doctors for certain needs, and that is it. I'm very fortunate that that worked out, and it's all thanks to my partner, because without my boyfriend, girl, I would call him crying, being like, oh, I'm like overwhelmed, because it is overwhelming. And me being pregnant, like I'm very emotional naturally. So with the pregnancy, it's even like 10 times worse. So I would call him, he would do his best to calm me down, and then he would take over and make the calls for me. So my partner, my boyfriend, has been so amazing. So I'm super, super, super grateful for him. And we still currently live separately, but that's about to change. We just got another place, and we are moving in a couple days. Well, I have time to move. I have like a whole month to move, because my lease ends here on the 30th, so I don't have to be out until like April 30th. So I still have time, but that I also want to take you guys on a journey with me. I know I said last time I moved that I was gonna share that with you guys, and don't get me started. I still have all of the footage. I just never edited it and posted it. So that is what I'm gonna do now. You guys are gonna come along with me for this move, and then also on my pregnancy journey. I do want to be more consistent, and I will be. And I just can't thank my partner enough, because I am now a stay-at-home pregnant girlfriend, and I get to pursue my dreams, and I get to do what I want to do with my career and with my free time as I'm growing a little human. So that is the best of all worlds that I could ask for. This is like a gift, truly, and everything really does happen for a reason, and God's timing is always right. So I'm super, super, super grateful that everything is playing out the way it's supposed to. And maybe a couple years ago, I wouldn't have understood why things didn't work out, but now I'm seeing it that way. And I'm just thankful for everything that I have and everything that's to come, and very, very, very thankful for our little blessing. And that is pretty much all we are covering for today. So stay tuned, because we will be moving soon, and I will be vlogging more often and sharing my pregnancy journey with you guys. You guys will see the nursery, you guys will see the planning of the baby shower, and everything else in between. So I'm super, super, super excited, and I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you guys for watching till the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great one. Bye.